The ADP for fantasy football this year is going to look a lot different. And if you're not ready to adjust, you're going to end up getting left behind. And by left behind, I mean last place in your fantasy leagues. Headliner Nation, the times are changing. People are switching up what they want to do on draft day. Over the last several years, we have seen running backs absolutely packed into the first round. And based on the updated ADP through Underdog, that is not going to be the case this year. Now, as a reminder, Best Ball ADP and Redraft ADP are two completely different things and can look a lot different. But the one thing Best Ball ADP will do for us this early in the season is give us a mindset on what people are thinking they want to do come draft day. It is absolutely insane to think, but as you see the first round ADP up on the screen there, you already notice one big difference. There are only 3 running backs with first round ADP right now. And the top 2 players are wide receivers, with Christian McCaffrey coming in as the 3rd overall player. Guy that hasn't even touched a ball yet at the NFL level is the running back 2 right now with Bijan Robinson. And then Austin Eckler is still going to be a popular choice given the amount of work he gets in the red zone and through the passing game. And hopefully with some more wide receiver weapons this year, he's going to be a little bit more comfortable and productive on the ground. Travis Kelce going in the middle of the first round is also something I expect to hold up through the rest of the offseason. If people don't get Travis Kelce, then they're going to punt on the tight end position altogether. But given how consistent he has been, and given the fact that he's going to be the main pass catcher once again, people are going to want to draft him early. He is going to go in the first round. 4 of the first 5 players taken right now in ADP are wide receivers: Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. A lot of consistency and upside with those 2 guys right there. Then you've got Tyreek Hill, big playability across the board. And then Cooper Kupp, who's coming off an injury, but we know that he is Matthew Stafford's favorite target. Part of the reason I see wide receivers going so much earlier right now is fantasy owners are probably just tired of dealing with the injuries and the inconsistent usage that we've seen for some of the top running backs the last 2 years. But the second round isn't that much different anyway, with another 4 running backs going within the top 24 picks. But speaking of the second round, because things are already looking so much more different, you may need a little extra something this year to win your fantasy leagues. And one of the best ways to do that is by becoming a member here on the channel. Hit that blue join button right down below. Look over all the tiers and see which one fits you best. You can get things from extra content throughout the week, members only live streams that only you can get access to. Maybe you need some extra help and you want to have all of your questions answered directly by Jake or myself. And by becoming a member and joining our community on Discord, you get to hang out with a lot of like-minded people that are ready to grind, love football, love having a good time, and want to help you win as well. So think about becoming a member today. Hit that blue join button because I promise you're not going to regret it. At the beginning of the second round, we've got a guy that was the 1.01 across the board last year in Jonathan Taylor. We got to see a fully healthy season from Saquon Barkley last year, so he's going right in the beginning of the mid of the second as well. Then anywhere from kind of that middle third of the second round, you see Saquon Barkley and Nick Chubb going. Both of these guys get plenty of volume, and we know that they can offer some upside, but what does their weekly ceiling look like? And then Tony Pollard going at the end of the second round. We know he's coming off a major injury, and even though they got rid of Zeke and didn't bring in another big back to kind of work with them, unless you never know, Dalvin Cook shows up, I think this reads a lot into what they want to do with him this year. So while I don't mind taking him here, I also don't know if he's going to be ready to start the year. But the second round is going to be all about the quarterbacks, and we can see it already with the top 3 quarterbacks going right in the middle of the second round. Mahomes, Hurts, and Allen are going to be second round picks this year for the majority of fantasy players out there, and we may even see a guy like Mahomes drift up into the end of the first round, and we might even see a couple of other quarterbacks drift into the end of the second. People are just looking for consistency after getting hammered by the running back position the last 2 years, and the quarterback position will bring some of that. But if you draft them early, are you missing out on value later on? Here is my biggest takeaway from the ADP right now, and it is the fact that we are going to have a lot more options at the running back position this year. And honestly, I don't have a problem with everybody taking this many wide receivers, pushing quarterbacks into the second round, and locking Travis Kelce in as a first round pick, because it is going to give you some really good opportunities for running backs in the third and fourth round. And what that is going to do for you is, if we experience running back issues this year, whether it be inconsistencies or losing volume to other running backs, injuries, what have you, having those type of performances from your third or fourth round pick don't feel nearly as bad as if you were to get it from a guy that you took in the first round. So if anything, this is allowing us to be very flexible this year, because now it doesn't feel like we have to run to draft as many running backs in the first 2 rounds as possible. So if you want to use a first round pick on a wide receiver, you have better capabilities of that this year, because there's a better chance that when the pick comes back to you in the second and the third round, you're going to have RB1s and RB2s still available to you. Whereas in previous years, if you spent like a high first round pick on a wide receiver, a majority of the running backs that you needed were already gone by the end of the second round. For the heck of it, let's just say that in this fantasy season, you decide in the first round, you're going to take a wide receiver or Travis Kelce. And then in the second round, you say, you know what? I'm going to take one of the top quarterbacks. You're still going to luck out, because in the third and the fourth round, you're going to have a ton of value at running back based on the current ADP. Derrick Henry and Josh Jacobs, both of these guys, huge volume guys, lots of touchdown upside, and they're going to be available for you in the third round. So you're still getting an RB1 type player that, like Derrick Henry in years past, that have cost you a top first round pick in the third round now. Breece Hall is also going in the third round right now. And just like Tony Pollard, we don't know how healthy he is. So it could be a little bit of a risk to take him here. But if he is healthy to begin the year, there is a lot of big upside there for you that could end up working out great. All right, now let's just say that you used a first round pick on a wide receiver or a tight end, second round pick on a quarterback, and your third round pick on a running back. But you still like to go running back heavy, and you think to yourself, I need another guy that I can trust to be a RB1 type of player. Well, you're in luck, because the end of the third round or beginning of the fourth round is going to bring you Ramondre Stevenson, and then Najee Harris may still be available for you in the fourth round as well. I'm super high on Ramondre Stevenson this year. I think he could go as high as RB3. This isn't your same New England backfield that we've seen before. This is Ramondre's backfield. And for Najee Harris, a big upgrade on the offensive line. They brought in a big pass blocking and weapon at the tight end position in Darnell Washington. He could be in for a big bounce back year as long as he stays healthy. So just think about it this way. If you've got an early first round pick and you spend it on Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, and then you come back at the end of the second and maybe you draft a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, somebody back there, and then at the beginning of the third, you go Derrick Henry, and the end of the fourth, you go Najee Harris. Yeah, you might be a little light on the wide receiver position, but that is a heck of a start, and you're going to find some great value later on no matter what. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready to change your thought process about drafts this year. Staying fluid with the ADP is going to allow you to be very flexible with your lineups and could end up walking out of here with some big time players this season at really good value. Yo, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. But no matter what, in the comments down below, let us know what you think about the start of the drafts this year and if this current ADP will hold up the rest of the offseason. And regardless of what you think, hit the subscribe button and stick around to check out more content to see exactly what we're all about here at the Fantasy Headliners. Peace out, stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch y'all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.